Beethoven, The Sea of Solitude. Couldn't sleep one night. 4 o'clock in the morning. I turn on the old computer, and then I start surfing what is probably the biggest free video sharing website on the internet. Then, disgusted by all of the crap I see, all of the gray, meaningless, hysterical claptrap, I type the word Beethoven in the website's search bar, at which point I single out one particular video to listen to, which is mysteriously entitled Beethoven, The Sea of Solitude. Now, this particular piece of music, Beethoven, The Sea of Solitude, obviously wasn't written by Beethoven. Anyone could immediately see that. It's actually a contemporary, new age piece of music which sounds an awful lot like space music. As a matter of fact, my wife, who was also troubled by bouts of insomnia, has a CD on the bedroom nightstand which sounds remarkably similar to this piece of music, entitled Omega Wave Space Music 3.0 to Bliss Out to. Furthermore, in addition to this piece of music's obviously contemporary, spacey feel to it, the person who actually uploaded the video, a Mr. Humbert, I guess the guy must have had a thing for Lolita, even says repeatedly in the Show More drop-down section just below the video that this particular piece of music was not, repeat, not written by Ludwig van Beethoven. This piece of music was actually written by a Lithuanian composer named Gabrielis Struodunius. Nevertheless, in spite of the fact that this particular piece of music wasn't written by Beethoven, but rather by a Lithuanian composer named Gabrielis Struodunius, and in spite of the fact that Mr. Humbert even says so, again, repeatedly, in the comments section below the video, every single solitary blessed comment I read is still predicated on the erroneous notion that Beethoven, The Sea of Solitude, must have been written by Ludwig van Beethoven merely because it is called, well, you know. Example. One astute commenter writes, I listen to classical music a lot, but I was really surprised and happy to have stumbled across this piece of music which I was not familiar with by Beethoven. What a genius. What a freaking genius. Beethoven, you are terrific. Another astute commenter writes, Beethoven, Mozart, Bach, and various other dead composers are what make life worth living. And still another commenter, Beethoven was deaf, and yet this music came from the innermost part of his soul. He will always be my top guy. I then continue reading about, I don't know, maybe 50, maybe 60, maybe 80 more silly comments praising Beethoven and Beethoven's music. And then I try going back to sleep. Instead of counting sheep, I count humanity.